The weather in this part of the world is unpredictable at the best of times. I feel like this time of year particularly so. This time last week I was out here, I was out here in shorts and a t-shirt. Today, same time of day, it's currently 7 degrees. Because of the wind, it feels like temperature is 3 degrees. So there'll be no shorts in play today, but I'm going to still try and get some work done. I'm going to dig out these bluebells and then lay a load of cardboard on this area like I promised in the last episode, and then we'll see what we'll get done after that. The Ben had a particularly bad night last night, so I'm getting started a couple of hours later in the day than I would have hoped, but still going to try and get some stuff done, and then yeah, we'll see how we get on. Right, I totally forgot, down this end, next to the new apple tree, I am considering moving this, but I don't know how confident I am in doing that. It's in line with the old apple tree. Like I said in the last video, I need to cut down, I'll cut back this tree a little bit rather, so that it doesn't smother the apple tree so much. I'm considering moving this one slightly further back, but before I get to any of that, I totally forgot. The other day when I was out here, I managed to stumble across this thing which looks like it's about 6 or 7 bricks, maybe more, with loads and loads of mortar. I'm not sure if it was used as like the corner post for the old greenhouse or something. I'm gonna have to try and get rid of that, but it's way too heavy to move. The weight is there, although I suppose if I could just get it to there alongside the decorative stones. I don't know, I'm gonna come back to that. Yeah, what a mess. Does anybody else think it doesn't look much better yet? I'm trying to like have faith. Yeah, I'm also wondering how level I need to get this. Obviously going to tidy up. How level I need to get this before I put my cardboard down. I'm thinking it needs to be more level than it is now, but I'm not going to worry about getting it perfect. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, managed to clear up some of the bluebells and stuff. There's still a few bits and pieces and a few weeds kicking around, but the whole point of doing what I'm doing next is to suppress the weed growth and everything. So I'm not going to worry too much about digging every single thing out. I'm just going to place my faith in the cardboard that I'm going to put down. I'm going to shift these bags first and then try and level it a little bit before I do that. And then I've been saving up a load of cardboard over the past like few months. Got some really big bits from a delivery we had at work and various other places, but it's all still covered in like labels and sellotape and all sorts of stuff. So one moment please. Yeah, it's all still covered in sellotape and stuff, so I'm gonna have to like process it kind of to get it sorted. because it's no good putting that kind of thing down. So I'm going to spend some time stripping all that off. I'm not sure how much of that I'll film because it's going to be pretty boring. And then I'll probably stop and have some dinner and then get it all laid down. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's time for a bit of a break. Okay. Just about got the entire area that I want to get covered in cardboard. Obviously I need to completely cover it in topsoil, which I want to do from the raised beds that were taken out, because that kind of does two jobs in one. It empties them of the soil and gets the soil where I need it. I'm going to try and fill in this last little corner, and then I'm going to go in and have some dinner, and then once I've done that we'll see what else needs doing. Obviously got the dogs to walk, etc. And then I'll try and get this done. I think that'll be a good way to leave it for today. I'm pretty happy with how well that went, or how quickly that went. Luckily I had 3 enormous boxes there that were like sort of 3 or 4 foot tall off the ground. So they did the bulk of it, this sort of first third or half, which was good. But yeah, still got a little bit at the back too. But I'm kind of concentrating on this bit up to the apple tree and maybe a foot or so behind for now, because that's where the veg plot's going to go. I'll get the tape measure out at some point and map it out properly, but it's not going to go all the way back to where it was, which, if you look, let's have a look, see if we can find, here we are. You can probably just see there's a bit of a trench in the ground just there. That's where the back of the original veg plot was. I'm probably going to bring it in to somewhere around here, just an extra foot or so in, to make a little bit of a bigger walkway down this back, but we'll see. I'm not stressing too much about having it perfect for now, because obviously we're just in the initial stages. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day there. It's not perfect. I don't have the right rake really to get it level, and I'm not super concerned about getting it level for now. The main thing was getting the cardboard on and getting a good layer of topsoil on, which I managed to do. I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea what else needs doing. Nat's already walked the dogs, so that's amazing help. Or a job that I don't have to do, which I'm grateful for. But I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, so I'm going indoors. Hello, back in the garden. Last week or so I've managed to get little tiny pockets of time in here, half an hour here, half an hour there, because we've had lots of other things to do. Today is no exception. I've still got the dogs to walk. Nat's busy painting the front door. She wants to refresh that, and obviously we've got baby taking care of duties to do, but I'm still going to try and get some work done in the garden today. I really want to try and get rid of this not bonfire pile and take it to the tip today. It's a bit of a tradition in this country that on your bank holiday Mondays, if you're, a bit of a rock star like me, you spend your time going back and forth to the tip. So I'm sure it'll be busy there. But I think what I'm going to try and do is top up the soil on this cardboard, empty my car of all my work gear, and try and get rid of some of that wood before dinner. So yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to put the camera down and crack on. Well, I don't think I could have fit much more in the car, to be honest. I was hoping to get the entire not bonfire pile in the boot in one go for this little journey, but that was never realistically going to happen, was it? I am proud of myself though, because there's two main aspects to my personality. There's the tight Lee, and there's the can't really be bothered with the hassle Lee. And the cannot really be bothered version of myself would have gotten a skip, but I'm really pleased that the tight me won that debate, because how am I going to phrase this? Because there's still quite a bit left in the garden to come to the tip, but probably not as much as what's in here. So I think 2 trips and it'll be gone. And there's a few other bits and pieces that could realistically go to the tip as well. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased that I didn't pay 200 and odd quid for a skip. I'm sure I'll need to get one at some point, but for those who are wondering, I'm filming in the car stationary because I'm stuck at the level crossing outside my house, which, as you know from previous videos, it's a pretty busy line. Okay, I'm back. So the tip wasn't as busy as I thought it would be, although it was a lot busier when I was leaving than when I got there, which is obviously great. I went shopping on the way home. If I hadn't of, I think it probably would have been about a 45-minute round trip, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It's about 4 miles away, so definitely worth going to the tip rather than getting a skip. There's still quite a bit of the longer parts of the old veg plot fence and stuff, which I need to like chop in half before I take them, and there's still a few bits of wood that I couldn't fit in the car, which I'm going to stick somewhere out the way so they're not on the grass. For now, got the dogs in the garden with us for this last little stint, and then I need to get back inside so Nat can paint the front door. It's already got a coat of primer on. It looks obviously horrendous with just the primer on, so she wants to get another coat of the first coat, excuse me, on there. So I'm going to quickly eat my free donut that I got from Lidl, and then deal with this wood, and then take the dogs in. Nat's going to do that. I'm going to walk the dogs, have some tea, and that's probably going to be a wrap for this episode. Yeah, once again, I'm going to put the camera down and crack on. Get out of it. Stupid dog. Why? Hey! Come here, folks. Good girl. Hey. You're so beautiful. Oh, thanks for that. Marty, come here, son. Come here, son. Yeah. You fast. You fast up. Come on, let's go. That is one advantage to having a big garden, is you let the dogs in here for 20 minutes, let them run wild, and then just take them for a quick walk up the block rather than having to walk them for miles. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a day there for the weekend, the bank holiday weekend, and for the episode in general. I'm pretty happy with how this half of where the old veg plot used to be is looking. The area that I've put down the cardboard and filled with topsoil or layered with topsoil is going to be where the new veg plot is, pretty much. It's going to be maybe a smidge further closer to this apple tree, maybe a smidge further back, and then obviously we'll see once we get rid of the last of that wood, and it's probably going to come down a bit further to somewhere in this zone here. This half of the garden is still a bit of a bomb site. I've got obviously all the stuff that I take to the tip, and then there's the sort of old patio to dig up there for the bricks and flagstones and whatnot. But obviously that is in a future episode. We'll see how we'll get on time wise. The good thing at the minute is the nights are starting to get a little bit lighter. What is that whippet doing? What are you doing? Anyway, the nights are getting a little bit lighter, so we're at the stage where once we've had our tea and Bobby's had a bath, Nat can start putting him to bed, and I can maybe even start coming back out into the garden in the evening before the sun sets and getting a little bit more work done. It's still pretty chilly at that time of night, but on that note, I just want to say, going back to a earlier question or thought or plan or whatever, the sun, as you can see, sets behind this building over here. It's currently almost 4 o'clock, and the shadow from that building is sort of there, you can probably see, and this is where we're going to put our patio. So I'm pretty pleased with that, in terms of it's 4 o'clock in the evening in early April. Obviously in the height of summer the sun's going to be higher in the sky for longer, so the shadow's not going to come as far this way. But I think that's pretty good, in that, you know, if we're deckings here and our seats are here and our barbecues here and all that, and we're going to be sitting outside on an evening, yes, it's obviously going to start getting colder once the sun goes behind that building, but that's not going to happen until late enough in the day that I think that's the right place to put the patio. I hope I've made that make sense. Basically, we're putting the patio here because it's the best place for it, and even though the sun sets behind this building, I still think it's the best place for it. So that is going to be that. I think I'm going to get these dogs inside, maybe get them taken for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? Have some tea, get the Ben bath. I'm going to have a bath, go to bed, and see you in a future episode. Thanks for watching, as always, and bye.